Good morning, everyone. This is Don Daniel, founder of Pill Method International, a better way to eliminate debt. And this morning is Sunday morning, April 3rd, and this is our 62nd episode. Can you believe this? 62 episodes of how to pay off mortgages in 7 years. And we have great crowds, every single one wanting to get this information, Jared. And so I can't wait to get into it, sir.
I'm excited to get into it. And shout out to Tanya Kirsty in the audience. I see you. Shout out to everybody, Jonathan, Diane, all the way down to Arden. We really appreciate you for being in here. You're in for a treat. This is one of the most informative, impactful rooms on Clubhouse, or the most, in my opinion. How to pay off mortgages in 7 years. You're going to look at amortization charts completely differently. You're going to look at interest rate versus interest cost completely differently. You're going to think about how to deal with your mortgage completely differently, because we are here to take the money that you spend with the bank and redirect it into investments, your family vacations, your inheritance. And that's why this room is so important. This room lasts for 2 hours and it goes by really, really fast. So we really encourage you to raise your hand and come on stage if you have any questions about the P.I.L.L method. Also want to say what's up to everybody on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube that is watching this live as well. We appreciate you for being here. We would like for you to share this room and this information with the people on your platform. And if you ever have a question, we want you to be engaged as well. We want to answer your questions. So write your questions into the chat, and we will be monitoring the chat as well to answer those questions. And if you're in this room and you would like to see the numbers on the screen, the calculator, the charts, so you can better understand how he's going to cancel interest and cancel years off your mortgage, then you can go to ice10kvideos.com on your laptop, your iPad, or your desktop, and you will then go to the panel that says live recording, and you will be able to see Don in action in his studio, breaking these numbers down live, answering questions. And if you want that directions written out, you can check out the chat. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through some quick moderator introductions, and then we're going to get into the first question. We would love for the first question to be from somebody in the audience. So after Don explains what you're going to be able to get out of today's room, take that and come up with a question, and we would love to help somebody in this room. The cool thing about this room, too, is people that ask questions actually get tangible advice that they can implement and save tens to hundreds of thousands of dollars in the future. So definitely come on stage. It's closed mouths don't get fed. We'd love for it to be interactive. And lastly, if you've never been in this room before, make sure you click that greenhouse and follow this club. We do this room Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Time, and on Sunday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And this is the only time you're going to get this kind of gems and Don's information for free, but you definitely want to tap in with him offline so that you can know the year, month, date, the month, date, and year you can be debt free. So with that being said, I'm going to pass it to Don so he can give you an idea of what you can experience today, and you can introduce the P.I.L.L method, and then we'll do some quick moderator intros, and hopefully by the time we're done with that, somebody has raised their hand, come on stage to ask a question. So Don, I'm going to pass it to you.
Hey, listen, I just got word from our producer that I may need to increase our volume. All right. And how are things sounding now, Kurt? What do you need from me?
It's sounding good. It's sounding better
good now? Okay.
Yeah, your audio is good. I just think that you're using Bluetooth for the Clubhouse part, right?
Right.
We just want to put that up a little bit more so that we can get a little more balanced, I guess, balanced volume from
All right. Well, I pushed it up a notch, so just send me another message if we need to do it again.
Sure, absolutely.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Listen, I am so glad to be with you this morning. My name is Don Daniel, founder of P.I.L.L Method International, a better way to eliminate debt. And we have a book by the same name that we'll be talking about just a little bit later. But that book has been #1 on Amazon just recently. And it is the only book out of 33 million titles that talks about what we're going to be talking about today. But I want to get right into P.I.L.L stands for prepayment of principal, isolating the principal amount, leverage, and liquidity. We're going to go over the first two of those principles this morning: prepayment of principal and isolating the principal amount. All right. And so we're going to pepper that in between the questions so that you can understand these first two principles. But know this: if you have a question, we're not going to make you wait. You can come right up and ask that question to get started on understanding overall how this program can help you save up to 75% on your interest costs, pay off all of your debt in 7 to 9 years without needing extra money and without sacrificing your lifestyle. You don't have to cut back on how you live life. You don't have to eat beans and rice and on ramen. You don't have to drive a 30-year-old car. And you don't have to listen. I'm telling you, when you start living this way, you'll be able to pay off all of your debt. You'll be able to save money, and you'll be able to know how much interest you're saving, and then learn how to take that interest savings and turn it into your own family bank. Oh my goodness, you're in for a treat today, and I can't wait to get started. Jared, it's on you, man.
All right, all right. So we're going to do some quick moderator introductions. And please, if you want to learn how to save 75% of interest costs for your personal situation, raise your hand and come on stage. But Don, in case there are no questions, go ahead and fire up an example so that we can jump right into it. So my name is Jared Albertin. Some people consider me kind of the plug on Clubhouse. I try to plug you in substantial quality information on this app, whether it's how to pay off your mortgage or real estate or the metaverse or NFTs or crypto or mindset. I'm all about just progressing and adding value in community. So if you're interested in seeing that type of information on Clubhouse, definitely check me out and give me a follow. Also check out my replays and check me out on Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and the easiest way to find all those platforms, go to my 10K card, jarrett10k.com. I'm going to pass it to the inventor of 10K.com, 10K cards.
Super, super good morning, family. How are you? Don, for the first time, I'm actually watching you on the one phone on YouTube while I'm actually on the other phone on Clubhouse. This is pretty cool, man. Why didn't you tell me before?
It's about time. It's about time. Listen, you didn't know how good looking I was.
Man, you know, it was kind of scary, man. I couldn't turn on my phone in the house. So I started, who is that? What is he talking about? Come on, man. You're here to hang out today. What are you doing? I mean, look, that's just a little joke. You can tell it's not the thing I'm good at. One of the things that I'm very happy and proud to be associated with is the P.I.L.L method, guys. And the reason I am, your time is non-refundable. And when we do leave this beautiful place called Earth, we can leave a little thing behind called legacy. And your legacy will be a combination of all the paths that you have walked through, all the things that you were involved in. And the P.I.L.L method is something I definitely want to be a part of my legacy. Because what you're doing, Don, you're helping individuals to actually increase their wealth by paying less in interest costs. And that is freaking awesome. What you do is very simple. We help our clients to display themselves correctly to their audience. Let people know exactly who you are through your 10K card. Let them find your website, your social media, your calendar, your payment link, anything you have as a professional or a business owner that you want people to find out. They can get that through your 10K card, guys. And in the P.I.L.L method, it's one of the best ways to get the deal. Why? Don prepaid for a bunch of digital cards that his audience can benefit from. So when you get a copy of his book, guys, a 10K card actually comes with it. So stay tuned, take out your notepad, and bring a few friends into the room. Reason being, you don't want to be the one that's now become enlightened, and as you start moving forward, your friends and family think you're crazy. So bring them into the room so they can see exactly what you're feeding on, and then they could be on the same page with you. With that said, Don, back to you.
Good morning, good people. My name is Kenyatta. You can find me at kenyatta10k.com. And I am passionate about customizing paths to celebrated generational wealth for those who want it. This by helping them obtain properties, funding that property, canceling the interest on that property to get them in yet another property. And so I'm happy that you guys here spending time your Sunday morning with us, learning how not to spend your inheritance on interest. Good morning.
Kenyatta, I don't think people understand how exciting that is to find a property, then find you help them to get the money for that property. Then we're going to help them to pay off that property in record time, saving interest, so that they can take the interest saved and purchase another property. Oh my gosh, how hot is that?
It is scorching hot, scorching hot. So you got
I just clipped that. That's why I was delayed. I was clipping it.
Yeah, that's scorching hot. So you got to tap in with Kenyatta. She is the plug in when it comes to real estate, when it comes to financing, and a lot of different things. Not just that. She's very multifaceted. So definitely make sure you're following Kenyatta. Check her out on Instagram and her other platforms. All right, cool. So Sharon is in the building. Sharon is somebody that supports the P.I.L.L method, and she's bringing an international audience into the room. It might be late where she's at. But everybody, check out Sharon if you want to see more things in the hallway. She's always on the best stages, and check out her profile as well. Up next, pass the mic to Kelly.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for including me in this amazing conversation. So, I'm Kelly Russell. I'm the owner of Self Care Holistic, which is the retail and warehouse locations in Wilmington, Delaware. I am so excited about learning how to save money, paying my bills like I normally do. I'm totally supportive of Don and the P.I.L.L method. I didn't know how much I needed your services, sir, until I started paying attention to what I was paying. And as you scale your businesses, as we grow, those numbers start getting out of control. So I'm here for the information. I'm here to learn, and I'm here to help build and grow. I'm so proud that you chose me and my company to partner with your amazing event. I look forward to seeing you all in person. I'm here to learn, listen, and add value where I can. Thank you for having me.
Kelly, come on now. You can't stop there. You can't just say, we chose you to partner without telling them exactly what you're going to be doing for our event. Come on.
Well, I have to leave a little to the imagination,
Come on.
Don. So what I am doing is I overdo everything, right? So I am doing all of your swag, all of your VIP amenities, all of your welcome bags, and all your goodies for your event. So I'm going to be sending you pictures and things throughout, me receiving them. But you got to leave a little something to the imagination, Don.
Well, listen.
When we open a room to promote this event, maybe I'll lift my little skirt up a little bit.
Well, listen, Kelly, thank you for that. I bet some of these people didn't know how all of that swag got to the event. When they go register at the table and they get their bag and they get all that stuff inside, they don't really understand how it gets there. It's people like you that make that happen. All right, and we thank you for that.
Don't forget your virtual people who want to be there in spirit. You won't be left out as well. I'll be mailing your swag to you after your registration is complete virtually. So I'm excited about that. And stop making me lift up my skirt too early. It's early and it's Sunday, and I have my friends in the room, so we can't tell everything right now. But I'll be hiking it up a little bit throughout the day and the week.
Listen, this is very exciting. All right, I see Miss Cooper on the stage. Miss Cooper, how are you this morning?
Good morning, Don. Good morning, everyone in the room. Don, I was in your room briefly last night. I said, I got to wake up today. And I definitely tuned in like you, 10K, in the YouTube portion as well. So I encourage everyone not just to follow you here on this app, but take the relationship off of the app and make sure you're following along with Don, the P.I.L.L method on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to his page. Leave a comment. It allows other people who should be getting this information as well to get it. I only see a couple of shares as well. So if you guys could share this room, because this information is so important and pertinent as we enter into this next market. It's always important, but right now, many of you who follow me know I have a true passion when it comes to the recession, because that was a period in time where I almost lost it all. I almost lost my homes, my vehicles, as well as my husband. So I encourage everyone that these are the times to tighten up your finances more than any. My name is Cooper. I'm known as Miss Cooper Home Loans. I'm here to debunk the myths associated with getting into the lending industry, as well as accessing capital and funding. One of the classes we just did was called Recession Riches, and it's just heavy on my heart, the amount of people that don't know how to pivot when the markets do shift. And by you understanding the interest cancellation, you can win in every single market that's out there. And with that being said, I yield the mic.
All right, Jared, it's on you, man. Oh, if you're talking, you're on mute, brother. Sean 10K, are you in the house?
1 second there, Don. 1 second.
All right, man.
Come on, man. You know I'm practicing my new toy. What's wrong with you? No, you sent me to my laptop.
Come on, man.
But I just buy iSendCareReport.com, and you know what I'm connecting that to?
Yes, yes, yes.
So, guys, if you're in the room and you're wondering what we're really good at, what we're focused on, and that tells you to connect to the information. So one of the things that we do in the back here for Don is that, if you go to iSendCareBook.com, you're going to get to his book. We're now connecting iSendCare Report, which will get you to his report. And then if you want to get tickets to his event, go to iSendCareTickets.com, you get to his event. Why am I mentioning all of this, guys? We've been working with Don for over a year, and we make it super simple for Don to connect his audience to his message. And what I like about him the most is that he doesn't keep it a secret. He's trying to share it with everyone out there who will listen. And most importantly, take action on the secrets that he's sharing. So Don, I just had to drop that in for you, buddy.
I appreciate that. Miss Kenyatta, will you please take over with the moderator duties until Jared gets back in here? So, lovely lady, please do the honors.
Absolutely. Let's go with Sharon. Hi, Sharon. Good morning.
I think Sharon is off.
Credit Goddess. Let's go with Credit Goddess.
All right, so Jared's back. Okay.
Credit Goddess, you there?
I am. Oh, you want me to introduce myself?
Yeah. Just everybody pass it down the line. Sorry, I'm just used to everybody just like passing it down the line. Go for it.
No worries. Hey, everyone. Happy Sunday. My name is Rose Laura Lewis, also known as Credit Goddess. I am all things credit and the official credit expert for the P.I.L.L Method crew. If anyone is interested in their personal or their business credit, definitely tap in with me. I do a detailed credit analysis on how to improve your credit, so that way you can gain access to other people's money, because that's what it's all about. Like Ms. Cooper said, we have to prepare for the shift in this economy. And the best way to do it is if you're in position to play Monopoly, you guys, because that's when everything goes on sale. So if you have that extra leverage, which is other people's money, that's what we need to do. So I hope you guys are ready to hear what Don has to share with you guys, because this is how we save on interest costs. Let's not finance with high or I would say bad credit, because of course you'll be paying a whole lot more if you're just paying over time in the terms. But it's all about how soon you pay it off to save overall. So I hope you guys have your ears open, pen and paper. Let's take some notes and come up and ask some questions. So thank you for having me.
Well, Credit Goddess, I need you to be on tap just a little. I want to get into this first example, but I also want to talk to you about the importance of having business credit, especially when you are putting on an event, the super size scale that we're going to be putting this on in Nashville, Tennessee, at the Gaylord Opryland Resort. So we want to talk about the importance of having business credit for something like that. Okay.
Oh yes, let's go.
All right, Miss Aaron, you're up.
Good morning, family. So great to hear from you all and see you all. I'm Erin Porche,
and I'm the founder and CEO of Global Works Consulting Group, and we are on a quest to help start and grow small and medium-sized businesses. We're doing everything from providing professional development, business development, and also personal development support. And it's all about growth and expansion. Ultimately, helping business owners to access, win, and maintain government contracts. How to leverage those government funds that are out there on the street to build your teams, expand your footprint, and take things globally. So, just really here to support and help you all understand how to leverage your resources, your relationships, and also more importantly, what's already in your hands. Looking forward to getting connected, staying connected with you all. Happy Sunday. Thank you, Dr.
All right. So we're about to get into the fun stuff. It's about an example. So if you're new to the room and you like to see on a screen, you like to see, go to your laptop or your iPad or your desktop, type in ice10kvideos.com. This will take you to his YouTube channel. When you're there, go to the panel that says live, click that. A commercial will play, let it play, and as soon as it's done playing, you'll see Don in his studio breaking down the example that he's about to do right now. Also, want to thank the 15 people that have shared this room. We have 51 people in here right now, so I would love for 35 that haven't shared the room to click where it says number 15, go to the top where it says Clubhouse, click that, drop some emojis, click share. I just did that as an example. The number to 16. We'll love to see that number rise expeditiously so that more people can see this example. That's going to help families save interest that they can push towards their kids' inheritance. Feel free to raise your hand, come on stage. We'd love for this room to be interactive with questions. And if you can't come on stage, write it in the chat to Facebook, LinkedIn, or write those questions in the chat as well. So with that being said, Don, what was the first example we're going to get into?
Now, I'm going to read an email, all right, before we even, because it contains a client. I can't put that on the screen, but I'm going to read the email to you right now. And here's what it says. I received this on March 28th of this year. It says, "Hi, Don. Hope you are well. I wanted to let you know that my wife and I were able to pay off our $307,000 mortgage in approximately 3.6 years using the P.I.L.L method process. I will most likely continue following the program since it helps keep me on track. Thanks again for a great program." And then he signs it his name. And then he actually took a screenshot of the opportunity cost calculator reading zeros, all right? With years to pay off, 0. Money to pay off, 0. And the date is 3/28 of this year. So he knew the month, day, and year he was going to be debt free, and we hit right on the nose. Thank you, Tom. I'm sorry. Thank you, sir, for sending that to us this morning. So listen, now we get into sharing something on the screen for you, which is going to be very exciting. I promised you that we would go over prepayment of principal, isolating the principal amount this morning. The first two letters of P.I.L.L. All right. So if you're ready, oh my goodness, if you are ready, listen, fasten your seat belts. You want to get to ice10kvideos.com so that you can see this. We already have 12 people in here watching this. And so here's what we got, folks. We have a $350,000 mortgage at 3.5%. The payment is $1,571.66. Now, I'm going to share something with you, and then we're going to go back and understand it. I'm going to give you some benefit first, something you can see what's happening first, and then we're going to go back and see what happens here. So let me tell you, this particular example, a person wanted to put down, they have $350,000, all right, mortgage, but they put the minimum down to get to where they are now at $350,000. Did you realize that this particular family had an additional $50,000 that they wanted to put down so that they could have a $300,000 loan for 30 years instead of a $350,000 loan for 30 years? And I said, you know what? You don't want to do that. You don't want to put $50,000 down. You want the $350,000 loan and go with that. They says, well, why would I do that? My payment's going to be higher. I'm going to pay more interest over the 30-year term. And I just don't see why I would do that when I could just give them the $50,000. I mean, I owe it. I might as well pay it. I said, well, yeah, you need to pay it. But you need to pay it in a different way. Let me show you. So I said, now, if you go into this loan, let me ask you first, can you afford the payment for the $350,000? He says, well, shoot, it's $1,571.66. I was paying $2,000 in rent a month. Of course I could afford the $1,571.66. But if I put down the $50,000, it would be even less than that. I said, yes, it would. But watch this. Right? So when you understand what happens when you prepay, instead of doing a down pay, never put a large down payment on a loan. And then we're going to get into why. All right. So let me scroll down to where you can see payment number 1 through 21 on the screen. And this is why it is so important. We're taking a look at cumulative principal. Now, folks, here is what's interesting. When you get an amortization schedule from your bank or from your mortgage company, they give you 3 columns. The principal, they give you the interest, they give you the principal balance. They do not provide for you cumulative principal and cumulative interest. What does that mean? It is adding up all the principal payments all along the journey and adding up all your interest payments all along the journey so that you know at any given time how much principal you paid down and how much interest that cost you. So let me give you an example. Let's say you're 7 months into this loan, 7 months in, and you're paying $560.54 to principal and $1,011.12 to interest. But if you're 7 months in, that's 7 principal payments you made and 7 interest payments you made. When you add up all your principal payments, it comes to, if we look at the third column, we see that your principal payments came to $3,889.69. But look at how much interest you've paid to get that equity. $7,111.93. Already $7,000 in interest, and you haven't even paid your loan down by $4,000 yet. Folks, this is why you don't get an amortization schedule that gives you cumulative principal and cumulative interest, because you would soon see that your 3.5% loan is not 3.5%. You're going to pay back 61.656% of what you borrowed. Oh my goodness. So here's why I do not recommend putting a large down payment on a loan, because watch this. We're going to scroll down to what would happen because once he pays his mortgage the first month, I ask him, where is your $50,000? He says, well, I didn't use it as a down payment. It's just sitting in the bank. I said, once you make that first payment, can you now apply the $50,000 as a prepayment going straight to principal? He says, Well, yes, I can, based on what I saw in some of your videos. And folks, if you want to see some of those videos, make sure you're going to ice10kvideos.com and then you can see all the replays. Listen, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and then hit that notification bell so whenever a new video goes up, you'll be able to see it. But I'm going to look at this. I'm going to scroll down on the principal payment, the cumulative principal column here, and we're going to go down to $50,000 because once you make this payment, you can give the bank the $50,000 once your loan starts after closing. So we're going to go down to $50,000 all the way down here. Ooh, that's 3 years. That's 4 years. That's 5 years. That's 6 years off. Almost, listen, 6 years, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 6 years, 9 months in. That takes us all the way down to payment number 80 on this amortization schedule. And do you see this $77,000 right there, right next to it? That shows you how much he would have paid if he paid his loan down by $50,000 the natural way. But because he gave the bank the $50,000 with his first payment, it saved him $76,182.24. Wow. We are, listen to this, folks. Listen, at 60 months, that's 5 years. At 72 months, that's 6 years. So he starts out his mortgage. And now I want you to see how significant this is. 6 years and 9 months in. All right. So he's taken off 6 years, 9 months of his mortgage. If he had put his money down as a down payment, he would have started out at payment number 1 with the $300,000 loan. I want you to see this. He's starting out at payment number 80 with his $300,000 loan. He's already 80 payments in by taking $50,000 and putting it as a prepayment instead of a down payment on a loan he could very well afford, and knocked off over $70,000 in interest he would not have to pay. And guess what? Now the P.I.L.L method takes over, and he's going to pay off this loan in accelerated time. And I don't know, it's going to pay around, $35,000, $40,000 in interest total. That's it when we get done with it. And when the bank was looking for what? $215,000 in interest. So that's what happens, folks, when you prepay. Now, here's where the numbers come from. Look at this. Once he paid his first mortgage payment, look, $1,020.83 went to interest. Then he put his $50,000 down as a prepayment. Do you know that's all the interest he paid was $1,020.83 to pay down to where he put $50,000 down and saved $76,000 in interest. He only paid the first interest payment. If he had done this the regular way, it would have cost him $77,000 to get to the exact same place doing it the bank's way. And here's my question to you. Would you rather pay $1,000 in interest to get it to this point, or the $77,000 the bank is looking for? Come on. This is why I get so excited about our program. Now we're going to learn a little bit about how we get there. And Jared, go ahead. And just, listen, I need to take a little break. Do we have some information out there?
Hey, Don, it's Kirk. We have just a little, I guess, clarification question online.
Okay, good.
Faye Madonna on YouTube. She's asking, what website can we find this schedule, this schedule that you're using? What website? I mean, maybe just help her to understand,
Okay.
how
Well,
that
listen,
schedule.
the website that I'm using is you would just Google Brett Whistle, and it's right up here in the top. Brett Whistle, and he created a great calculator. Now, this is not what I use for my program, though. What we use for our program is called an opportunity cost calculator. It is a cloud based computing platform that's artificially intelligent, that runs all of your amortization schedules, that tells you exactly what to do, just like financial GPS. It tells you how much money to move, what month to move it in, what day of the month to move it on, and what which loan to attack. All of that is important. All of that is, and so it's important to know the right amount of money to put on the loan. And this is what we're getting into this morning. After this example, I'm going to show you and demonstrate for you the opportunity cost calculator. Once we understand more about how prepayment works, and then we'll get into isolating the principal amount. So you pay the least amount of money that's going to give you the greatest return on prepayment. When I mean the greatest return, how much interest you're saving per dollar. And there's a point at which, listen to this now, there's a point at which more is too much. You want to put the right amount, not more money thinking you're getting a better deal, but you want to put the right amount of money so that you can kill the maximum amount of interest per dollar. And we're going to get into that a little bit. So does that answer the question?
I think so, and I put that on the screen for them as well. So Faye, hopefully you are able to grab that link. We put it on YouTube for you there. Angela DeGuer, I'm pretty certain I'm not saying that name correctly.
Angelo.
Angelo is on LinkedIn. Welcome to our LinkedIn family.
And that name sounds familiar. Let me get a picture. That
Yeah.
name
So
sounds familiar. Go ahead.
he was asking, while you were in the middle of your demonstration there, how do you get the 350,000 if you already owe 400,000 on the house?
Okay.
And I
Now,
think, go ahead.
but here's a situation. This is a brand new mortgage, okay? And when he got this mortgage, he actually had to put 10% down just to get it to the 350. All right. So he's borrowing $350,000. All right. The house was worth more, but he had to have 10% down. He put his 10% down. That got him to the 350,000. I hope that I hope that makes it clear.
Yeah, I think so. I think
Okay.
that makes it clear. Yeah.
All right. So Angelo, did that help? You can just type in yes if it did.
Yeah. We'll wait to hear from them in the chat, and I'll let you know if we get any more.
All right, Jared. We've got a couple of, before I get into the rest of this example. Do we have a couple of more people on stage?
Yes, we do. And so thank you to all the people that have come up to the stage, and also to all the new people in the room. Welcome to the best room on Clubhouse, How to Pay Off Mortgages in 7 Years. If you've not been in this room before, make sure to click that greenhouse and follow the club. And then also, if you want to see the examples live on your screen, go to an iPad, your laptop, or your desktop, type in ice10kvideos.com, and you can find that instruction in the chat as well. And you'll go to the YouTube channel, choose the panel that says live, and you'll be able to see Don in the studio breaking down these examples, the amortization charts, this calculator, etc. And it'll help you understand this information even more. And this is a really interactive room. Excuse me. So feel free to raise your hand and come on stage with any questions that you have. We love to answer questions. And thank you to the 23 people that have shared the room. Feel free to click that number 23, click share on Clubhouse, and continue to share this into the hallway. So we do have some new moderators on the stage. Don, did you want to go through moderators right now, or did you want to finish the example first?
Let's go through the moderators right quick, and then that allow me to get just a little bit of rest, and then we'll get back to this prepayment of principal and isolating the principal amount. Folks, stay tuned. You don't want to go anywhere. Don't move your seat.
All right, perfect. So Daphne, if you're free, we'd love for you to introduce yourself, and we'll just pass it down the line to Giuseppe, Kareem, Big Mike, A. Miller, and then Chris, thanks for coming on stage as well. So Daphne, you got it.
Hey, Jared. It's kind of loud here, guys, so I'm sorry. I'm going to be really quick. I'm headed back to the airport from San Antonio. I'm down here at a curative title class. My name is Daphne Christine Johnson. Typically, you would find me on the weekdays in the real estate cafe over in the mortgage syndicate. But I'm always here to support Don, my friend, and learn anything that I can while I'm here today. If it's too loud, feel free to put me back down in the audience. Thanks so much, Don.
All right. Thank you,
hang
Daphne.
out on stage. We appreciate you. All right. Up next is, sorry about that, Don. Up next is Giuseppe. Giuseppe, you around?
Giuseppe going once.
All right. We'll come back to Giuseppe later. Kareem, really good to see you on Clubhouse. If you've never seen her on Clubhouse before, make sure you tap in with her. She runs great rooms. Love for you to do a quick introduction.
Hey, Jarrett, thank you for having me. And Don, thank you for this. This is such amazing information. You guys make sure you have your pen and paper, take some notes, tap into all the channels that Jarrett mentioned. Hi, everybody. My name is Kareem Mills with a heart on my photo. I am a business and lifestyle strategist helping hardworking people multiply money, time, and impact. Most of my clients work very hard during the day, and my job is to make sure it's their money's turn to work hard for them while they sleep. That's it. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be a student here in this room today.
All right. Thanks for coming up. Next up is Big Mike.
Hey, Jared, thanks for having me. My name is Big Mike. My wife and I are digital and social media strategists based out of Miami, Florida, with an office in Henderson, Nevada, and also Los Angeles, California. And we do social account media management, and we're just happy to be here and learn. This is Big Mike. I'm passing it back to you.
All right. I see A. Miller is on the phone right now, so we will come back to her another time. And Chris, just want to confirm you came up to ask a question. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I've been in this room a couple of times. We're a multifamily real estate investors out of Houston, and I'm interested to see how I can apply this to those types of loans. And so I'm here to learn. I really appreciate the opportunity to come up.
Awesome. So as soon as Don's done with his example, we're going to pass it back to you because I know that you and Don will have a really, really enlightening conversation for everybody in the audience. So with that being said, Don, hopefully you got some water, and
yes.
We can pass it back to you.
We are ready to go. Hey, Chris, I want you to know that I do have some multi-property examples to go into. It's a little more advanced, but once we get this basic information out of the way, we can get into your more advanced question, and we just would absolutely love it. All right, so here's what we're going to do, folks. Just to understand how an amortization schedule actually works. And then we all know that we can pay more anytime we want on a loan, but we don't know what happens when we do. So this is just basic information. This is not how the P.I.L.L method is implemented, but the P.I.L.L method uses this information, optimizes it, and makes sure you pay the least amount of interest that you possibly can. So we're taking a look at payment number 1, all right, where we have $550.83 going to principal, $1,020.83 going to interest. And if you're interested in looking at this, I know people are hitting me up on the back channel. Don, how can we see the example here? Go to ICE 10K videos. That's ICE, the number 10, the letter K, and videos.com. And then it'll take you straight to our YouTube channel and click on the live button. But, also while you're watching this, go ahead and click where you can subscribe to our channel and click that notification bell and like some of the videos too. So here's what we're talking about, folks. $550 going to principal, $1,020.83 going to interest. The cost of doing business if you're a real estate investor. Okay? And that's how most people think about it. But when we pay the $550, we're subtracted from the $350,000 that we owe. We're left on the principal balance on line one, $349,449.17. The bank uses this number, the month end balance, to determine how much interest we owe on line two, on the very next line. So whenever you see a principal balance, know to go to the very next line to see what your payment is going to be structured like. Now, the payment never changes, but the structure does. So now we go down payment number two, $552.43 goes to principal, $1,019.23 goes to interest. A little less interest, a little more principal, but the payment remains the same. Now, Don, what happens when we prepay? You know that you're saving interest and you know that you're saving time, but you've never received a receipt from your bank, from your credit union, from your credit card company, from whoever is helping you to finance your automobile. When you pay extra, they don't send you a receipt saying, thank you very much for this extra payment. Here is how much time you saved, and here is how much interest you saved. See, whenever you give your money for something, you're buying something. You're buying something. So whenever you give that extra money, you should know what you're buying. You should know how much interest you're saving. Because when you go to the department store and buy something on sale, they actually print it at the bottom of the receipt. Here is how much money you saved. But your bank does not do that for you. And here is why. I'm going to tell you why. Let's say we make this first payment in January. We make our payment in January. We don't owe another payment till February. All right. And I want to ask, Kurt, are you available to help me out today?
Yeah, sure.
All right, man. Thank you so much. So if I make my payment here in January, okay, and I gave you the schedule, could you see my principal payment for February? And if you can, how much is it?
It's $550.83.
So now, okay, that's the payment for
Oh,
January.
sorry, for January. Yeah, $552.43.
That is the February principal payment. Okay. So
Yep.
while we're in January, waiting for February to roll around, do we have to wait till February to give the bank that $552.43?
No, we don't.
If we had it, could we give it to them in January as well?
Absolutely. We could give it to them in January. Yep.
And we did. All of that money goes to principal if we direct the bank to put that money on principal. None of that money goes to interest. So we're actually paid down to line two on our amortization schedule in January, where we owe $348,896.74. So
Right. Yeah.
if we're paid down to there in January, our new February payment is on what line of this schedule?
It will be on line number 3.
Exactly. So the payment for March actually moves up one. And folks, I want you to understand what just happened here. Our payment is $1,571.66 a month. But we got rid of line number 2 on our amortization schedule for only $552.43. So payment number 1 is now touching payment number 3 for a whole lot less money. So payment number 2 has been eliminated for $552.43 that we would have given it to the bank anyway, but we chose the timing. When you disrupt the bank's timing, you knock off payments with a lot less money. You know what else you knock off? Let's take a look here. See this interest payment of $1,019.23? That's gone too. You just canceled $1,019.23 in interest you never have to pay. Just because you gave the bank that $552.43 early. You chose. Watch this. What happens, Kurt, if we make our mortgage payment here in January, once we realize this and we know how much interest we're saving, then if we had it, could we give the bank the principal payment on line 2, on line 3,
Yeah.
and on line 4? That's 552, that's 554, and 555.
Yeah. We could do
About
that. Absolutely.
about $1,600,
Mm-hmm.
okay? On top of your regular mortgage payment, and about how much interest would we save if we were just kind of rounding?
Oh, we'd save almost 3,000. It looks like $3,000. Well, a little more than 3,000 will be canceled.
A little more than 3,000 bucks canceled because we took a little over $1,600 out of a bank account that's making 0.1%, applied it to the mortgage, and if we do that, given the bank this next 3 principal payments, then which mortgage payment are we actually on? Which line of the schedule are we on, Kirk?
Well, by skipping those 3, we'd be on line number 5.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The payment for May moves up to the second position. So payment number 1 is now touching payment number 5 for a lot less money because we chose when to pay it to the bank. If more people knew how little money it took to save a ton of interest, that would be awesome. Now, let's go back to cumulative principal, Kirk. Cumulative principal and cumulative interest. I want to take a look at line 1. Column 3 and column 4, but I want to go all the way down to line 12. If we pay this mortgage exactly like the bank wants us to, I mean making every payment on time, how much principal will we pay down in 12 months?
$6,716.99.
And how much interest will the bank will have received for that?
Almost double. So it's $12,142.93.
So we know, but by the amount of money that we borrowed, we know eventually we have to give the bank $6,716.99, correct?
That is correct.
But do we have to give it to the bank in 12 monthly installments?
No, we don't.
If we had it, could we give this $6,700 to the bank on line 1?
Absolutely, we could.
And they would have to subtract it from what we owe.
That's right.
You know what? It would come to exactly $343,283 and a penny. We would be paid down to here in 1 month instead of 12 months. And then what would happen to all the interest payments between line 2 and line 12?
They'd be canceled.
And our next mortgage payment for February would be on what line of the schedule, sir?
Number 13.
Line 13. Oh my goodness. Folks, when you understand what just happened, instead of costing us to move this mortgage from point A, line 1, to point B, line 12, it didn't cost us $12,142.93. It only cost us $1,020.83 in interest to do the same thing. And I'll ask the question again. If you already have the money, if you have that money and apply it to this loan, is it better to pay the bank $1,020 in interest or $12,142.93 in interest to do the same thing? Oh my goodness. And for real estate investors, I need you to do one more little bit of math. Okay, one more little bit of math. If you add all of this up, it costs, if you add the $6,700 and the 12,100, you're talking about almost $19,000 paid out. Okay, that's rents you're receiving. Okay, that's $19,000 paid out, even though your properties are cash flowing. Okay, $19,000 paid out to get $6,700 worth of principal pay down or potential equity. Now that you know, you could leverage some monies that may be sitting on the sidelines. I'm not talking about monies that you intend to invest later. I'm talking about some monies that were sitting on the sideline. Can you now justify the fact that you have to pay out $19,000 just to get $6,700 in potential equity, when we could have gotten this same equity and saved ourselves $11,140.03 in interest we never have to pay. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Listen, I'm getting ready, Jared, to get into the final piece of this example. Now that we see how we can save a lot of interest with small amounts of money given at the right time, we're going to get into paying the right amount of money at the right time to the right loan. So, do we have any questions or comments while I get a drink before we go into this next example?
Yep. So we got Chris on stage that is looking to ask a question, but also while you're taking a drink, want to remind everybody that if you're not following Don already, make sure to click on his profile, give the man a follow, and click that always on notification next in that bell icon. Because if he's on a stage, he's dropping gems on the pill method. Hopefully everybody grasps what he just did. He made one payment and saved 11 months of interest on the mortgage. That's some crazy, crazy, crazy gems right there. So make sure you're sharing this room so other people can understand the magnitude of what Don's dropping. Also, make sure to click that greenhouse, follow the club. And we'd love for you to click on the profiles of all these moderators that are up here, because these are people that drop gems daily in their own rooms, and your hallways curated by who you follow. So you have the blueprint of quality content on this stage right now. So you definitely want to check them out. But Chris, before Don gets into his example, we want to respect your time. I know you probably got deals to close and things to do. We'd love to see what your question is so that Don can Don can provide some insight that will help your business moving forward. So Chris, you have the floor.
Thank you, Jared. I appreciate it. Don, you as well.
Yes, sir.
My question is that you have a P&I loan and you have an interest-only loan, and usually when you go after these multifamilies, you try to get a few years of interest only.
Mm-hmm.
But by listening and watching what you're doing, it seems like it would make more sense for me to continue with a P&I loan and to make the payment schedule like you're talking about. It would actually save me instead of getting an interest-only loan.
Well, guess what? Guess what loan I love the most? An interest-only loan. Because once you have an interest-only loan, there's a couple of things that happen just based on what we just went over a few minutes ago. Because when you have an interest-only loan, you are in complete control of the principal payment. See, the more control you have over the principal payment, the more damage you can do to this loan and the more benefit you can bring to yourself. Because number one, if you have an interest-only loan, then your interest payment is based on the principal balance, correct?
Correct.
So if you were to put some money on principal, you would lower the principal balance. Then conversely, what would have to happen to your interest-only payment?
It'd be canceled?
No, I'm saying, would your principal payment would your interest-only payment stay the same? Or would...
No, it would actually go down because you're paying the principal down.
Yes, it would. And you're in complete control of when you do that. You see, right now, your principal payment, if this was a principal only loan, the one I have on the screen, because I've got that number right here. I've got that number here. So the principal only payment is $1,020.83. Now, I can continue to make that, okay? But a year from now, I would have paid $12,142.93 in interest, okay? But no, it would be 12 times 120. So let me bring my little calculator up. We're putting that on the screen. Okay, so it'll be 12 times $1,020.83. Boom. All right, come on, 83. You got it. Okay, that's $12,249.96. So if I were just to make the interest only payment, I would pay that. But there is a strategy of using interest only payments if you're a real estate investor. But what if we were to get an extra special benefit by taking as an example? Now, a lot of real estate investors I know have some money on the sideline, just to do maintenance and repairs. Would you happen to be one of those investors that keeps some cash on the side for repairs and maintenance?
Correct.
Okay, let's just say, I don't know how much you have, and you don't have to tell me, but let's just say that money is just sitting in a bank and it's making about 1/10 of 1%. And you have this same loan I have on the screen where $6,700 will be paid down in 1 year. Okay? So what if we decided out of that reserve fund that's making 1/10 of 1%, you could take $6,700, apply it to this loan, knock off 12 regular payments that you would normally make, and be paid down to line 12 on your amortization schedule, where you would owe not 350,000 but 343 283.01. Now you have $6,700 in equity, and your next mortgage payment is actually less because it's based on what? The principal balance.
The interest. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm telling you, when you are in control, this is why it's important when you're setting up these loans, even a P&I loan, you want to set it up so that you have more control over the principal payment. You want to control that so that it benefits you more. Now, let me show you something here. All right. So I have a 3.5% loan. All right. Now I know a lot of real estate investors. It's nothing for them to see a 5% on this in this category. Let me show you something. I'm going to duplicate this tab, and I'm going to change this to 5%. Okay. Everybody I know is trying to get the best interest rate possible, and which to them means the lowest interest rate possible. But we're going to delete that. I keep hitting the wrong button. Sorry. I'm trying to talk and do this all at the same time. Hold on for just a second. Okay. Now, here we go. It's 5% now. Okay. The same amount of money at 5%. And I want to show you what happens at 5% as opposed to 3.5%. Because when we're attacking the loan, we're attacking with principal payment. The principal payment on this loan now at 5% is $420 starting out. At 5%, at 3.5%, it's at $550 starting out. Okay, so remember, it took $700 to knock out 12 months worth of payments at 3.5%. Let's go to the 5% loan and see what the same $6,700 would do for us. Oh, $6,700 knocks off about 15 payments. The same amount, just a little less than the same amount of money between line 16 and line 17, by having a higher interest rate instead of a lower one. In fact, hopefully tomorrow I can talk about this, where I had a client actually that's closing on the 15th of the month, went back to their lender and said, you know that $2,500 you offered us to get the higher interest rate, but we opted for the lower one. We actually saw some videos online, and it would be better for us to take the higher interest rate, and you give us the $2,500, because now we can actually pay the loan off faster and cheaper at a slightly higher interest rate. So, Chris, what other questions do you have for me this morning?
No, that was wonderful, Don. That was eye opening right there.
So
Thank you very much.
you are so welcome. Did you have anything in relation to multiple properties and how to handle those?
Yeah, we're actually looking at a portfolio right now that's 3 properties in the same location.
Yeah.
So in that situation, we would have 3 different loans.
Mm-hmm.
Would you recommend? So you would recommend the interest only loans if we're able to get those, which we have been. So
Yeah.
you wouldn't recommend going to a P&I if we can still get the IO, sticking with the IO.
I love interest only loans because now you can determine out of monies that you have sitting on the side how to really take advantage of them, so you're not paying too much at the wrong time, or paying too little of the money that you have available. So it all comes down to how we can optimize the use of the money we have. So if I put that money on a loan, we can then figure how much interest you're saving. To keep from putting too much money on the loans, then we have to figure how much money could I make with that extra money if I invest it. So we don't want to get, tunnel vision and say, I want to funnel all of my money towards investing and none towards interest cancellation. And by the same token, we don't want to put all of our money towards interest cancellation and none towards investment. What is the critical, if we do a little critical point analysis, we can actually find out what the sweet spot is for your particular business on how much money to put towards debt reduction and how much money to put towards wealth creation. Oh my gosh. When you have a calculator, a computer program that helps you to figure all that out, all the guesswork is done. And now you're increasing profitability using exact numbers.
I'm sold.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for that, Chris. Listen, if you're like Chris and you want to know more about how to do this, go to ice10klive.com right above our heads. Ice10K Live right above our heads. And click on the button that says Get a Savings and Earnings Report. And on the second button down on the right side, you will see that button. Click it and then follow the directions. Now, once you follow those directions, we're going to verify your cell phone number. When you put in your cell phone number and you click confirm, we're going to send a code to your messages. And just wait for the code. Don't keep clicking it, because every time you click it, you get a new code. Click it once and wait. All right. Get that one code and then put that code in and then click, yes, I want to save. And then you'll be let into our financial form and put in all of your debt, all of your income. Just do put in what it asks for. Okay. And then once you do that, we will then tell you the month, day, and year you're going to be debt free and how much interest you're going to save. And if you're a buy and hold investor and you're not really interested in paying the loans off, you're just interested in, Don, can I get to a place where I can cash out refi years sooner at a much lower interest cost? Oh, Chris, we haven't begun to talk about that yet. So listen, that's kind of what we're talking about, folks. We want you to gain equity at 5 times the regular rate at a much lower interest cost. So if you're not trying to pay the loans off, but try to get to yourself where you have monies that you can take out of these properties to reinvest. So I got an example on another thing, Chris, where an investor wanted to take out $100,000 to cash out and to put that money into another investment. But it cost him over $200,000 in interest to get there just by making the minimum payments. But we showed him how to get there years sooner using a situation where he's using cash that's sitting dormant on the side and get there years sooner, and he's only paying around $75,000 in interest instead of the $222,000 in interest that the bank wanted. These are the kinds of things that we're doing to help investors increase profitability. Thank you very much, Chris. Do you have any other questions for me, or are you complete?
I'm complete. Thank you very much, Don. This was enlightening.
You are
I
so
greatly appreciate it.
You are so welcome, sir. All right. Do we have any other questions, either online or on the stage?
Hey, Don, I have a question for you.
Let's
This is Jared speaking.
Hey, Jared. Who? Oh, okay, Jared.
Yeah.
You kind of fooled me there. Go ahead.
No worries. So my question is, in the month of May, if I want to meet you in person and experience you and some of the best people in your network around information like this, but also around mindset, how would I be able to do so?
Oh, goodness gracious, Jared. Listen, folks, get ready for this. This is coming up in May 20 through the 22nd. We have an all-star cast for you that's coming to Nashville, Tennessee, and we're going to be live at the Gaylord Opryland Resort in Nashville from May 20 through the 22nd. 3 days of information and fun. Listen, this is going to be family oriented. We're going to have speakers on Friday and we're going to have speakers on Sunday, but the Saturday will be open for having fun at this great resort. Oh my goodness. So you'll be able to listen. You can take a vacation, and if you're in business, guess what? You can, oh, you already know. You already know. You'll be able to write that thing off. All right. So what else is going on is this, folks. I want to just name for you just some of the people that we have that we're going to be having there. Let me pull that up. All right. And so listen, if you're on a Clubhouse, you may have heard of Jonathan Bing from the Real Estate Cafe and the Mortgage Syndicate, along with business partner Miss Cooper Home Loans. They're going to be there talking about how you can become a lender without a license. Oh boy, lending business, doing business purpose loans and making between 1 and 5 points on these loans without a license. Jay Massey having 400 doors, 400 short-term rentals. And he's going to be, and maybe we can get him to tell his story about how he got to the 400 doors from a place where he was squatting in bank-owned property, homeless. And he's at 400. Do you know what kind of mindset it takes to get you from that place to the place where he is now, where he has 400 doors, where he has a fleet of Turo cars, and on and on and on, turned himself into a multimillionaire? He's going to not only talk about the business acumen that got him there, but the mindset that got him there. And folks, if you are interested in having your mindset right, there is no other person on the planet better suited than E.T. himself, the hip hop preacher. It's your boy E.T. is going to be in the building. Dr. Eric Thomas, the #1 motivational speaker in the world. And I have a little information here on what this conference is going to be all about. I need you to listen and watch this presentation. Go ahead.
In these uncertain times, the pandemic is still fresh on our minds. Gas and food prices increasing, and talk of Web 3.0 and the metaverse delight some and strike terror in others. Entrepreneurs, once enthusiastic about the future, now question the calling on their life. Some will find answers online, others will turn to trends and fads, but the real solution is a change in mindset. Your mindset is a set of beliefs that shape how you make sense of the world and yourself. It influences how you think, feel, and behave in any given situation. If mindset shapes all of that, then what influences mindset? Our answer: exposure. exposure to a new environment, exposure to experiences from those who have seen this before, exposure to what works for those with proven track records that what they're doing is working. P.I.L.L Method Seminars presents Developing a Spiritual Money Mindset. 3 days at the Gaylord Opryland Resort in Nashville, Tennessee, where you'll be exposed to leaders in real estate, leaders in the metaverse, leaders in building a financial legacy. Expose yourself to the top motivational speaker in the world, Dr. Eric Thomas, in person. It's all happening May 20th through 22nd. Go to ice10kevents.com to purchase your ticket today.
Also need you to hear from Dr. Eric Thomas himself. Roll it.
This is an opportunity of a lifetime. Your grandma counting on you to do the right thing. Your mama counting on you. Your cousins, your brothers and sisters are counting on you to cash in on this opportunity. Everybody want to be a beast. Until it's time to do what beasts do. There are kids that don't get what they don't eat like you eat. They're at the same university. They don't get what you get. But with this right here and your skill set, this thing can take you wherever you want to go and then take your kids wherever you want them to go. You know how many people would die to have the gear y'all got? You know how many people would die to get on these planes and travel the world? You know how many people would die to have your life? And you got it. Let's go. You got money, but do you got that dog? Yeah, you got money, you got privilege, but do you got that dog? Do you got that stamina? So yeah, you might have something I don't have right now, but if I work hard, I can have what you have. I want you to chant it out. This is it. Be phenomenal or be forgotten. 1, 2, 3. Be phenomenal, be forgotten. 1, 2, 3. Be phenomenal, be forgotten. Last time. 1, 2, 3. Be phenomenal, be forgotten.
Information out to you, and I'll tell you why. Because when I was in school, I failed in school. You know, believe it or not, I got C's and D's in school. C's and D's. I did not realize till I was in my 50s that I had ADHD and Asperger's, which is a form of autism. And in failing in school, I thought I was failing in life. I didn't have the mindset to get me to where I am now. Did you realize I never read my first book until I was 46 years of age? And that first book that I read from cover to cover was As a Man Thinketh by Richard Allen. By James Allen. As a Man Thinketh. And then as I read that book, I got excited and started reading others. And then my life started to change because my mindset started to change. And why are we doing this? Why are we putting this conference on? Because of the times we're living in, coming out of COVID, the wars going on. We have inflation happening. I mean, gas is going through the roof. Your food is going through the roof. We don't know when things are going to turn around for us financially. And I'm here to tell you, you don't have to wait for outside forces to change before you can start to level up yourself and your game. Your mindset can change now. And this is why we're putting on this conference, so that you can have that mindset. 10K, are you in the house? He's probably in another room. But folks, I want
10K is in the building. It's the wrong time to get caught up in the chat.
Come on, man. Talk to me. So listen, you know, I know the importance of having a coach. I know the importance of having good books around. I know that the negative self-talk that I was giving myself was keeping me from advancing in life, socially, spiritually, and financially. Now, I'm working on developing a mindset that's making me a winner, and I'm constantly improving. Why is that important?
You know, Don, you see, here's the thing. We were all born poor. We were all born with nothing to our name. But if we die poor, then it's our problem. And what do I mean when I say that? We have the option to learn. We have the option to network. We have the option to adapt to different community and environments. And if we choose not to take advantage of that, then that is our fault. There's too much information out there. There's too many coaches out there. There's too many programs out there. There are too many groups out there for us to still be complaining whining and bitching. What is going to happen to one is going to happen to all. Life events are life events. But the winners do something different. They actually, how do I put it? They adapt to the changing times. For example, the war taking place right now, gas prices are rising. We can keep complaining of the increase in gas, or we can use it as an opportunity, as a motivation to increase our income, where the increase in gas prices is no longer a problem, where we can actually fill our tank and sponsor the person that's coming behind of us. But you see, it takes a shift in the mindset to be able to live in a space like this. And what I love about what you're putting together is you're bringing a lot of professionals across the area to speak on different topics, to help individuals to basically expand their way of thinking and to put them into a prosperity zone as opposed to a scarcity zone. And I'm here to tell everyone, the prosperity zone, guys, the unlimited space and unlimited way of thinking, it's an ongoing way of being. You can't just do it once and say, okay, I've done it for the year, that's enough. It's like taking a shower. It's like brushing your teeth. It's like eating food. You have to constantly keep doing it. It's not something you can do once and say, okay, I'm done. I'm good. Nope, I'm sorry. You have to keep doing it over and over and over. And Don, after working with you personally for over a year, I can tell you one thing, man. Not only you're good people, but what made you great, in my opinion, is when you decide to take whatever you got personally and take it to share with others. So this spiritual mindset, guys, is not just for Don to share with you guys what he's putting together behind the scene, but it's to helping others enjoy the benefits of the fruits that he's also enjoying for himself and his family. He shared some results with a few clients that's winning, and he want to expand that globe. So if you guys are in the room and you're hearing this, guys, make an effort, make it a priority to be in Tennessee on May 20th to the 22nd. Myself, I'm going to be there. Eric Thomas is going to be there. Don is going to be there. Jared is going to be there. Kenyatta is going to be there. Miss Cooper, Jonathan, guys, you name it. All the biggest players that you've heard on the app. Jay Massey is going to be there. Yep, I said it. All the big names that you heard on the app will be in Tennessee. So grab a copy, grab a ticket, and most importantly, don't just come with yourself. Bring a family member with you. Invite a few friends with you. Because as you change, they're going to want to know what the heck is wrong with you. Well, you might as well have an entire group that others are wondering what the heck is wrong with them. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys here. It's going to be a fun time, and we are bringing the heat. I'm going to be there a day early and a day later, just so I can get to spend a little more intimate time with those who are actually making the effort to be there. With that said, Don, back to you. Don't get me started this Sunday morning.
All right,
Back
all
to you.
right. Jared, back to you. Listen, man, I'm excited to share some more information of what we're going to be talking about in Nashville. So what do we got next?
Awesome. So yeah, definitely click the link at the top. The tickets will sell out fast. Eric Thomas, he costs $10,000 an hour to speak with, and you'll be able to be in the building with him live in this event with 17 plus other speakers. So definitely click the link at the top. But we have another question on stage, so we're going to go ahead and pass it to you. Also, really quickly, I want to shout out to Wanda, Olivia, Cleo, and Wendy who joined the stage. Make sure you click on all of their bios. And I would highly recommend giving them all a follow. Sawan drops crazy gems when it comes to real estate investment. Olivia is your go-to person when it comes to real estate, credit, and she does a lot of other dope rooms on Clubhouse. She didn't get a 20K by mistake. And you got Cleo, who drops gems as an entrepreneur, and Wendy City, that does so much about accounting, need your taxes done, P&L statements. Check out her services. Check out all the moderators. Thank you so much for supporting this room. We really appreciate your time, and we look forward to hearing your introduction soon. But we want to make sure we get to the question from Jesse. Thank you so much for your patience. You have the floor now. Please let us know what your question is. And Jesse, if you're speaking, you're on mute right now. You just got to click that microphone icon so we can hear your question. All right, Jesse might have stepped away for a bit, but please, this is a great time for you to take advantage of the guest that is here right now. Raise your hand, come on stage if you have a question. All right, Dean, I see you popped on the stage. Thank you so much for joining. Dean, please let us know what your question is.
Dean has.
Yeah, good morning. I don't have a question.
Dean's an investor.
Brought me up.
Dean's an investor, man.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, Dean, Don, please introduce.
Yeah, just up here, listening to you guys. I actually met Don and 10K last year in person, and yeah, just here to hang out with you guys.
All right, good stuff. I just added the moderator badge to you. So yeah, hang out, and if there's anything you want to add, feel free to do so. Shout out Storm down there. Good to see you, Dominique. But yeah, anybody that has a question, feel free to raise their hand, come on stage. I'll check in with Kirk. Kirk, do you have a question? I mean, do you have any questions online that we can go to?
No questions online, Jarrett. Just Angelo did respond, Don, to your response earlier to
Yes.
his question. He just thanked you, and he said yes, that definitely helped.
Fantastic.
We're
Fantastic.
good there.
All right.
Yeah, I want to encourage those that are online, wherever you're watching, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter. If you do have a question, definitely feel free to put it in the chat. We're monitoring here, and we will get your question in as long as there's time. So take advantage of the opportunity and definitely ask your question. Go ahead, Jared.
Awesome. Well, I think we have the question on stage. So again, feel free to raise your hand, come on stage. I think we have 30 minutes left, 35 minutes left. So we have opportunity to maybe do 2-3 more questions. So raise your hand. Amin, thank you so much for coming to the stage. Please let us know what your question is. How can we help?
Good morning, guys. How's it going?
Excellent, Amin.
Great.
Great to be here, guys. Thank you so much for having me. Yeah. So our topic is about the paying off mortgages in 7 years, but my question is a little bit off the topic.
Mm-hmm.
Not really a whole lot, but it's a bit off the the title.
Yes.
So I have been wholesaling in Florida, Washington, and Georgia, but I do get this situation where I get foreclosure properties, but I never really did find the way to wholesale that kind of deal. So I was just hoping if you guys have any kind of solution for that, or someone who does it that I can learn something out of.
Okay, so you're wholesaling. What kind of properties you want to know more about wholesaling? What type of properties now?
Foreclosure properties, like bank-owned properties, foreclosures, pre-foreclosures, and all that.
Okay, so you want to know more about how you can have a bank-owned property and get it under contract, so that you can then offer it.
Under contract.
Okay.
Anybody
know anything about that? Dean, you know anything about that?
Yeah, what was the specific question on? Yeah, go ahead, Swan.
Oh, Swan, I didn't see you up there, man. Come on, why are you doing hiding on my stage, man?
No, what's up, brother? How you feeling, man?
All right. Come on, talk to this man about wholesaling, man. Hiding up there.
So look, it's easy. It's not if you're already doing deals, then it's not anything outside of what you're already doing. But if you want to focus specifically on foreclosure, then you need to get really, really in the know about your local state foreclosure laws, and you'll understand how things work. Let me give an example. So I'm here in North Carolina. So after 90 days, mute your mic, brother. Mute your mic. So after 90 days in North Carolina, a bank has the right to serve notice, to the borrower that they are in default. That's called notice of default. And at that point, they have to let the courthouse know that there's a person in their county that's behind on their payments, and the bank might pursue foreclosure at that point. So that's in North Carolina. That's the first point of pre-foreclosure is at 90 days. And since I know that, I can go down to the courthouse and pull that list every Friday before the borrower even knows that the bank has filed a motion for pre-foreclosure. Okay, so that's number one. That's where I'm getting my list from for pre-foreclosure, and I can reach out to those people and I can make a pitch. I can present myself as the solution to help them catch up their monthly payments, increase their credit over time by buying their property from them, so by cash or subject to. In my opinion, in this market, subject to is way better. But I digress. So great. So that's knowing your local law, so you can actually find that list. Now you can pay for the list, but in my opinion, the courthouse is the absolutely best way to get those kind of lists, but you can pay for it through, sites like listsource.com. There's a pre-foreclosure tab. Now, and once again, you're going direct to seller. So if you've done any deals, I'm not going to go through that portion. I don't want to take up that much time. If you're going after the foreclosure period, okay, if you're going after the foreclosure period, well, let's talk about that in between. In North Carolina, if it goes to auction, there's a 10-day upset period. So that means that I can go down to the courthouse and I can say, today's auction day, here are the properties that are on the auction. Okay. I prefer not to bid at the auction because I honestly don't have more money than everybody else there at the auction. So I look at that list of everything that's there, that's coming up for auctions today. And I'll just skip trace the seller and I'll let them know. I'll educate them. Hey, this is North Carolina. We have a 10-day upset period. Your name is still on the deed. The only thing you have to do to cancel the auction is pay the loan off. And you can do that, through me, selling the property to me. So that way you can get paid right now. And so I use that to my advantage because I know the laws. Let's just say that you actually, the foreclosure process actually happens. And at the auction, it doesn't sell to anyone else and the bank actually owns it. In our area, we have a couple agents. There's literally just a couple agents that do all of the selling for the banks. And so I go out and I make relationships with those particular agents. So whenever they have a bank that wants to sell a property that they have title to, once again, those agents aren't putting it on the MLS. Just to be honest, they're going to investors that they know, like, and trust who can close on the deal. So you're either getting it on the front, getting it in the middle, or getting it on the back under contract directly from the seller, or directly from the realtor that's working directly with the banks. And honestly, whenever you're doing it on the back end way, when the banks actually own it, you're always going to have to double close. They're not going to allow you to they're not going to allow you to assign the contract. So if you don't have the means to double close, if you don't have the access to funding to get the cash to cover the front end you can't do that last part. You got to go direct to seller. So, but in my opinion, first is knowing your local laws, realizing where you can outperform the competition, gathering the list and then marketing direct to sellers and then actually educating the seller on, hey, here are your options. I can help you on all of those options. Let's do it. Okay. But cash and subject to is typically your acquisition. If you wait until the bank owns it, you always got to double close because those contracts are not assignable.
Great, guys.
So
that was really good, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So Juan, how can he
Appreciate it.
listen? How can this gentleman get a hold of you so he can get more information?
That's for sure. The easiest way to reach out to me, man, honestly, is to reach out to me on Instagram. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty active in my business right now. I got a big goal of getting to 100 doors. I'm at 52. So it's kind of hard to get my time these days. So I prefer people to just book a call on my website. thisismetakinaction.com. So that way you guys can get the most amount of value. And I'm not like right now I'm at a house. That way you can get the most amount of value, have my undivided attention, and we can actually jump on a call.
All right. Thank you so very much, folks.
Sweet, man. I'll do that. Really quick. So Juan, if I go to Sawan10k.com, am I going to find you, sir?
Amen. Yeah. Sawan10k.com. You'll be able to find This Should Be Taking Action. My YouTube, if you want to go there. Yeah. Actually, I was at church last night. We was watching the game. Tar Heels versus Duke. Shout out to them Heels, by the way. And literally, there was about 50 guys. There was about 50 men. There was about 50 men there. Watching the game. And I started networking with just about two of the guys that was close. And everybody started asking me questions at that point. I said, yo, look, everybody that got an iPhone, put your iPhone up. I'm about to airdrop you. And I airdropped my digital business card, my 10K card, to everybody in the room. So it works. It stands out. It looks different. And everybody's like, oh, you got a nice card, and it really helps you be more productive with networking.
So one of the reasons I asked you that question, when we're all in Clubhouse, we're all looking at the monitor, we're seeing the first name of everyone. And every time someone get a premium card, we always add 10k.com at the back of their name, because as much as you may love your website, as much as you may love your own stuff, on Clubhouse, what we discovered, the best way to share your message is to add a 10k right behind your first name. It works for everyone. So that's why I want to highlight that point, man. Shout out to you. Love the support. Love having you here.
Oh, listen, man, listen, you see my 10K card pinned right at the top of the room. Folks, you heard about the benefits from a 10K card. What we've done also is to make sure that everyone in the room has an opportunity to get a 10K card. And this is how we're going to do it. Listen, folks, I have a #1 best-selling book on Amazon right now. It's called The P.I.L.L Method, A Better Way to Eliminate Debt. It is the only book that describes how an amortization schedule works and how to defeat it. Listen, get that book today, and we will tell you how you can get your very own 10K card that goes along with the book. It's $100 value. Get the book and get the card. Sean, how are they going to, if they get the book, how are they going to get their card?
Look, we made it so easy, Don. If anyone goes to the chat, we did 3 stuff that was so special in this room. Step 1, go to ice10kbook.com, get a copy of this book. Step 2, go to ice10kreport.com, fill out the savings and earns report. Because just like Waze being the best app in the world, if it doesn't understand what's your current location, it cannot take you to Miami in the fastest possible time. And then when you're finished filling out your savings and earns report, guys, go to ice10kcard.com, and you're going to fill out the form that will get you a prepaid card. What Don did, he paid for a basic card for everyone that purchased a copy of his book, because he has benefited from it tremendously, and he want to make sure everyone that purchases a copy of his book get access to the 10K card, guys. And from my end, what I want to push you guys to upgrade. Why do I want to push you to upgrade? I love multiple sources of income. So when you upgrade a 10K card, guys, and you get the premium or the gold version, you will get 20% commission every time someone purchases one because of you. And in this room, that 20% go a very long way if you add it onto your payment of your loan. With that said, Captain Don, back to you.
All right. Listen, Jared, we got a few more questions online. Let's see if we can get them answered.
All right. I have no questions. Good morning. This is King. And congratulations to that brother with the bestseller book, man. That's awesome. One question is, I've been researching non-performing notes, and I was wondering, is anyone kind of versed in that subject, and how can I get started in acquiring a non-performing notes? The reason I started looking at it was basically, instead of trying to acquire the property, if you actually bought the mortgage, the property would kind of be included. And a lot of those banks will set up the mortgage to get the money up front versus a 30-year FDY. So if anyone has any information on non-performing notes, I would love to hear it.
Listen, why don't we do this? King, we've got some information. Let's give him are you familiar with the Real Estate Cafe that's going to be on tomorrow morning? Starts at, let's see, 6 a.m. Eastern Time?
No, but I would love to be a...
Listen, somebody send him a back channel note on how to get to the mortgage syndicate. And I'm telling you, that question will be perfect for them tomorrow. You have all kinds of real estate information in there, and they would love to be able to answer that question for you tomorrow.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. What's your name? I'm going to follow you.
My name is Don Daniel, interest cancellation expert. So once you get that property and then you get it under a bank loan, I'll show you how to pay that property off in 7 to 9 years instead of 30 years to never. And you don't need extra money. I'll show you how to cut your interest cost on those loans by 75%.
Oh, Lord, man, it's a blessing to meet you. Man, peace to everyone, and thank you for allowing me to get on your panel.
Not a problem, sir. All right, Jared.
All right. So we got some questions in the chat. So one that we can address pretty quickly is from Jennifer Okonkwo. She says she's listening in from London. Will this work here too? Such inspiring content.
Well, Jennifer, we just happen to have some people right there in London. I wish I could give you their names, but we have to keep that information private. So, yes, it works in the UK. We have clients in the UK right now. In fact, because we're international, we're working in 9 separate countries at this present time.
All right, perfect. So yeah, if you want to work with Don, all you gotta do is click the link above ice10klive.com, or you can go to the newly built out ice10kreport.com, fill out your financial information, put your phone number in. Is there a special instruction for UK area code?
Sometimes they can't get through on our system, and then they will just have to give us a call. There's a button on there that says text us. You can use what is that? WhatsApp. Text us on WhatsApp if you can't get if the system isn't accepting your information from the UK, and then we'll get together on WhatsApp.
All right, perfect. So that was a quick and easy one. The next one is from Renee Martinez. She says, "Good morning. I have an investment that I took out a 13% rehab loan. How would I pay off this loan minimum amount of years? Thank you." I invited her to the stage just in case she had more questions, but she cannot come up at the moment. So hopefully that's enough for you to work off of. Or Renee, if you're there, if Don asks a question, if you could quickly respond in the chat.
Yeah, I need to know how much that loan is, because that 13% loan might be a blessing if we know what to do. So I need to know how much the loan is, and if we can find out the term, that would be great. How long that you're supposed to have that. So go ahead. I see it, a 13% rehab loan, and okay, so a 13% rehab loan. You want to get that done as soon as possible, and then you want to be able to cash out or convert that to a regular mortgage. But yeah, let's give us some. Let me just take. If I don't get that information, I'm going to put something on the screen, and I want to show you guys something.
So Don, she said $180,000 for 30 years.
$180,000 for 30 years. Oh my gosh. Watch this, folks. I'm going to put this on the screen. You do want to see this when I put it on here. So how can they see, Jared, how can they see what I'm getting ready to put on here?
All right. So if you want to see what Don is about to go through for this example, see the interest cost calculator, the amortization chart, all that good stuff, you go to your iPad, you go to your laptop, or you go to your desktop, and you type in ice10kvideos.com. And once you're there, you'll be in Don's YouTube channel. Click the panel that says live, because that's the one where he is actively curating right now. The commercial will play. Just let it play. Once it's done, you will see this example on your screen, and I will type this instruction in the chat just in case I spoke too fast. So if you want these instructions and you missed it, just go to the chat and then go ahead, follow those instructions, and we'll see you on YouTube.
All right, folks, listen, we got it on the screen right now. 180,000 at 13% for 30 years. I want you to see this payment. Do you know, I know people who are paying $1,800, $1,900, $2,000, $2,200 a month in just rent. So if you take a look at this payment, based on what people are paying in rent, the payment is within a realm of reasonability. It's a reasonable payment. But when people see that 13% loan, they start freaking out. Let me show you what happens when you have a high interest loan, if you know how to eliminate interest cost. So here, let me scroll down first to the summary. And I don't want this to scare you. I just need you to understand what's happening. We have a $180,000 loan. We've got a rehab loan. If we keep that thing for 30 years, the total interest paid on that is $536,000, over $500,000. And so the total paid back would be $716,000. The total interest paid as a percentage of principal, 289%, almost 300% on this loan. Okay? If it was $100,000, we're talking about paying, $300,000, $400,000 in interest. So here's what we're talking about. Watch this, okay? Watch this. I need you all to see this. I want everybody to catch up. If you are not in this room right now, if you're not online on your iPad or on your computer, going to ice10kvideos.com, we're going to be talking about this very thing in May in Nashville, giving you all the sauce on this thing. When you ask a question, we don't hold anything back. We give you the answers. I need you to see what's going on here. Do you all see what the interest payment is on these loans, but do you also see what the principal payment is on these loans? Come on, if you're on stage, I hope you are seeing this too. I mean, even our moderators need to see this one. Come on. So, I mean, Sean 10K was even looking at this, and my mouth is dropping open, and most people are focused in on the interest, but I need you to focus in on the principal. Anybody on stage
Hey,
looking
Don,
at this?
I'm not able to see it, Don. So I definitely want to see it. I can't look at it right now, so I'll definitely hit you up on the back channel and see it.
All right, so you can get it from the replays, man. You could definitely get it from the replays. Go to ice10kvideos.com. It'll take you to our YouTube channel, and you can see it there. But here's what you need to know, folks. The principal payment, the very first principal payment on this loan is $41.16. Kurt Nugent, are you in the house? Oh my gosh. $41.16.
Yeah, I'm here, man.
I need some help with this. So, did you see these interest payments?
I can't believe it.
What is the first interest payment on this?
$1,950.
Okay, based on what you learned, okay, over the time, okay, let's take people through this, okay. We make that very first payment on line 1, okay, and the principal payment on line 2 is how much money?
$41.61.
Do you think if you prepaid, I mean paid the $41.61 before the next month's due date, will the bank accept that as a principal prepayment?
Yes, they will.
Will they be paid down to line 2 on their amortization schedule at $41?
That sounds about correct to me.
And will they skip out on having to pay? Will they save $1,949.55 in interest they will never have to pay?
Yeah, it'll be canceled.
Wow. Based on what you know to be true. Oh man, I'm so excited about this loan. I don't know what to do. Listen, cumulative principal for the year, okay? And cumulative interest for the year. Here's what the bank wants. With this payment, which is comfortable, the payment is comfortable. The interest payment is uncomfortable. How can we make the whole thing turn around for this real estate investor? Because after 1 year of making just the regular payments, Kurt, we pay this loan down by how much money in 12 months?
In 12 months, we pay the loan down by $524.44.
How much interest does the bank want?
$23,369.48.
Oh my gosh. If you all are not clipping this thing and sending it out to everybody and getting ready to get your butts in the seat in Nashville, because this stuff right here, this is amazing stuff. You need to know this. See, the reason why we don't know how to do this is because the banks have kept this information close to their chest for 88 years. Did you realize that the 30-year loans is 88 years this year? This year. And practically no one knows how to read an amortization schedule and how to take advantage of the amortization schedule. We are so used to the amortization schedule taking advantage of us. So, oh man, no, listen, what would happen? All right. We know that we have to pay the $524.44. Because
I'm here.
That's what we borrowed, right? We borrowed that money. Okay? So,
yeah, you borrowed.
Kurt, do we have to pay the $524.44 in 12 monthly installments? Now I'm not hearing you.
I said, no, we don't. No, we don't.
Okay. So now that we don't have to pay that in 12 monthly installments, if we had when we make our minimum payment here our regular payment on line one, could we give the bank that $524.44 on top of that payment
Yes, we could.
and then pay it down? And then would we be paid down to here in just 1 month by giving them the 524.44?
Through the first year, also all those 12 payments would be paid off in that with that one 524.
Are you kidding me? Based on these tiny principal payments on a 13% loan, we can take the bank to the cleaners. Come on, everybody. And listen, everybody should be clapping their mics on this one. $43 payments, knocking off nearly $2,000 in interest. If we give this bank prepay $524.44, that saves us $21,424.66 in interest we never have to pay. We're paid down to payment number 12 in just 1 month. And our next mortgage payment is on line 13. We can knock out a year's worth of payments for $524 after we make the initial mortgage payment. I am amazed at this thing. We need to get this information out. Folks, please share this room with others. Join the P.I.L.L Method Club. Tell everybody about it, because I'm sure no one has ever thought that they could take advantage of a 13% interest rate. Oh my goodness. And let me tell you, the key to this thing is this. Interest payments you skip don't matter. Interest payments you skip don't matter. Listen, if I have a 37% credit card, Kirk, if I have a 37% credit card,
Yeah.
and it's $10,000 and I max it out. Okay? I maxed it out.
37%. Wow.
37%. But if I pay it off on the due date, so I'm charging this thing up this month because I got this event coming up and I got stuff to pay for. Could I charge up my 37% credit card, max it out, and then when they send me the bill, what if I paid off all $10,000 at that time? Do I pay any interest at all?
I'm not certain. Maybe 1 month. I'm not certain. Depends on.
No, I paid it off in 1 month.
Okay, then no, you wouldn't pay any interest.
So it doesn't matter what my interest rate is.
If you're paying it off in a month, then I guess it doesn't.
Oh, what if it's 50% interest?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, as long as you're paying it off in the month, it doesn't matter.
So it doesn't even matter if it's 100% interest, does it?
Nope.
This is the point I'm trying to make, folks. Everybody's looking at these interest payments, but interest payments you skip don't matter. By giving the bank the 524 at one time, oh no, you know what I'm getting ready to do now, Kurt?
Yeah,
I'm getting ready to show what would happen. A real estate investor coming up with an extra $1,121.26 on this loan would kill 24 payments. That's 2 years worth of payments, and save $46,000 in interest the bank is never going to get. Whoo, mercy. I am so glad somebody brought this to the. Listen, I don't know about you, but I'm excited about this. I am excited about this one today. Oh, man. An actual 13% loan, and now I can feel good about it? Because remember what I said earlier, controlling the principal payments is amazing. Now, am I saying that this investor should stay in this 13% loan? Is there a possibility they could get a better interest rate that would fit their particular needs? There is a possibility. But folks, you need someone to do the math to make sure that we get into the right interest rate if we should refinance. And based on what's going on with this particular investor, there may be a chance that they're better off with the 13% then refinancing it to a lower interest rate, because when you do that, you increase the principal payment and you make it harder to pay the loan off cheaper and faster. So if somebody says, Don, I've got an opportunity to get a 5% loan, which one should I choose? The 5% or the 13%? I don't know. Let's take a look at your complete situation. Let's plug everything into the opportunity cost calculator and find out what the numbers say we should do. It's not about what I feel. It's not about what I think. Folks, when it comes to this thing, it's not magic that gets it done. It's math. It's math, not magic. That's how this thing gets done. And the bank is counting on you not doing the math. We will do it for you and show you what your numbers are, and you can then make a decision. Jared, back to you, sir.
And one more time for the folks that may have missed it, how would they get in touch with your team to figure out the month, date, and year they could be debt free?
Oh, listen, if you want to know more about this or any other thing we're doing, go to ice10klive.com as you see it at the top of the screen. It stands for Interest Cancellation Expert. Click on the button that says Get a Savings and Earnings Report. Once you click on that button, then fill out all the information that we're asking you for. And then someone from my team will get a hold of you and set up a consultation. You can know the month, day, and year you can be debt free on any loan or any number of loans and the amount of interest you can save. We're going to show you how you could take that interest that you would have paid and develop your own family bank with that money. And I'm telling you, with the money that you're not paying the bank, we're showing families how to become millionaire families with that money. Jared, what's up?
All right, so it looks like we came to the end of our time, but Don, do you have some extra time that you want to spend? I'm here for it if you do. Just let me know. I know you're a busy man and it's Sunday.
Listen, do we have any other questions on the stage?
Yeah, we do. We do. We can just go with Garrett and Johnny. We can just come back to you. We do this room Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern time. And so if you can come back, be the first one in here, raise your hand. We would love to get to your question. And I'm not sure who's bringing people on stage, but yeah, we're coming to the end of our time. So
yes. Let's turn the hand raising off.
Yeah. Moderators, if you could just let me do the moderating, that'd be great. But Gary, you were on the stage, so I want to give you the chance. And for those of you that asked questions in the chat, I saw, let's see, Carlia, please come back Monday, 8 a.m. Eastern time. And anybody else that had questions, please come back Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern time. We're happy to answer your question. And then Johnny, Berna, and Hassan, please come back on Monday, 8 a.m. Eastern time as well. We'll answer your question. So Gary, you have the floor.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can.
Hey, how you doing, Don? I'm gonna let somebody else get a question in because Don, you already know you blessed me in my wife's life already. So I just wanted to give you your flowers again. We'll be in touch soon. We closed on that property on the 18th we discussed.
Yeah.
Just sold another property that I was able to pay off. Got double back on that.
Come on.
So I'm gonna let somebody else go ahead and get a question in because I'm already blessed by the knowledge. And Don, we'll circle back to you on the back channel. Okay.
Gary, thank you so much for coming to the stage and saying something today. All right. Okay, we got time for one more.
All right. So Jesse Real, we tried to call on you earlier, but you weren't around. Are you back now? All right, so I'm just gonna move Jesse down, and Jesse, please come back in the future if you can. Let's go with Johnny, since I guess you were brought up first. Johnny, do you have a question?
Oh no, I didn't have a question. I was just listening to the knowledge. I'm sorry that they pulled me up. You can send me back.
All right. No worries, brother. We appreciate you being here. Berna, what about you? Do you have a question?
Yes. Good morning,
Good morning.
Thank you. So I have been watching Don's room also on Facebook Live. I appreciate you guys are posting there for calculation screen. My question is, for example, my mortgage is always first of the month. and I paid always timely. And is it really important during the month? Let's say April 1st, I paid it. Rest of the April, which day I can pay extra on the principal?
That is a very good question. The short answer is I don't know. But you can pay during the month before the next month is due, and you will get significant savings. On your when we look at all of your loans, there is a particular day of the month and which month to pay it in that matters. And I don't know what that is. It's a constantly moving target. And to optimize those payments, we actually need our opportunity cost calculator. It is an artificially intelligent, cloud-based computing system that does all of the math, and it guides us like financial GPS, knowing how much money to pay, what month to pay it in, what day of the month to pay it on, and which loan to attack. So, Berna, I wish there was a rule of thumb. I know that the financial experts or gurus are out there that give you a rule of thumb, but I guarantee you, when they give you a rule of thumb, they're not doing the math completely to give you a good answer. So, to give you a good answer, we need to do the math. I hope that helps.
No, it does. And honestly, as you guys know, most loans interest, they are calculating daily. I
Yes.
believe same for mortgages too.
Yes. Yes. And so paying on the right day does matter when you are a homeowner or a real estate investor. I want to thank everyone. Thank you for coming with your question. Please come back, everyone. We're going to be back here tomorrow morning when we generally will do some moderator outros. So, Jared, if we can keep those outros to 20 or 30 seconds, that would be great so we can let some folks go, because I do have some other clients I need to talk to today.
All right, cool. And Don, I mean, I think it would make sense if you just do your outro real quick, and then if you want to leave, and I'll keep the room open until everybody's done. That's totally fine.
Well, it's mostly that because we're streaming live and we need to actually release Kirk. So that's what we really need to do. So let's go ahead and get it done, and I'll go last, and then Kirk can go.
All right, cool. So yeah, if we can keep it 20, 30 seconds, just real quickly, how people can get a hold of you, what you do, and then pass it down the line. We're going to start from the bottom and go all the way to the top. So Dean, you're up first.
Yeah, Don, Jarrett, thank you for the room and 10K. Appreciate you guys, and always appreciate Don's expertise on this, because I think that a lot of people, don't know about this, to be able to, maximize and be able to pay off your mortgage in 7 years. So definitely appreciate you guys. Hope you have a good rest of your Sunday.
Awesome. Appreciate you, Dean. Windy City.
Hi, good morning, everyone. It's going to be easy and simple. I am the one to help you get the deal closed. If you're interested in getting your taxes done, your P&L statement, or for me to look at your financial documents, feel free. WindyCityTaxService.com. Have a great day.
Awesome. Thank you. Cleo. All right. Cleo's not around, but check out her bio. Olivia.
Good morning, amazing room. Thanks again for having me. My name is Olivia. I'm a New York realtor out of New York. Buyers, investors, sellers, renters, you name it, I am able to be able to assist you in that area. Contact me at olivia10k.com. Visit my Instagram. Thank you again.
Sawan, you're up.
Yep, it's your boy Sawan Belcher, full-time real estate investor here in Greensboro, North Carolina. We have a deal here. I'm down. If you want help, learning how to buy property with OPM, none of your own money, so you can, make as much money as you want during a 30-day period of time while you cherry pick the very best deals for yourself. I did it with a not so great credit score. Praise God, I haven't been employed for the last 4 years, and I hold about 52 doors, flipped over 300 houses, all that good stuff. You can hit me up on taking action.
All right. Sorry, Chris. Yeah, if you're on stage, just look out for the PTR order and just hop in when somebody's done. Chris, are you up? Are you around?
Thank you, Jared. Yeah, thank you for having me up here in this room. It was an eye-opening experience, especially from the multifamily investor standpoint. I can't wait to learn more on the long-term holding situations as well. Don, you're a wealth of knowledge, and I will be spreading this room in your name to every other real estate investor that I know. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Everybody, oh my gosh, Don, you are. I have to ditto Chris. You're a genius in your lane, and I really appreciate all the information you've provided. I have a lot of risk-averse clients, and this is going to be such an amazing tool for them. Appreciate being here. You can read the rest on my bio. Thank you so much, Jared.
All right, Giuseppe, are you around? All right, Giuseppe's away. Check out his bio. Aaron.
Hey, family. Thanks so much for today. For everybody in the room, look, stay connected, continue to get the information and take immediate action. This is an opportunity to change the trajectory of your life and build wealth. So thank you all so much for the value that you bring, and I see you all soon.
All right, Chris.
I'm here. Hey, everyone. My name is Rose Laura, also known as Credit Goddess. I'm all things credit. If any of you guys are in need of personal or business credit assistance, improving your credit, because I am a credit score improvement strategist, definitely send your name and email address to the bio, to the number in my bio. That's 888-557-5778. And that way we can book a consultation. Also, I want to welcome my business bestie at the bottom. Her name is Alexandra Shimmer. She is going to be joining me on this app where we're going to be talking about funding, business credit. So that way you know exactly what you need to have in place in order for you to get funding, because this is time to prepare for what's to come, and accessing other people's money is what we're here for, and also how to pay off interest costs over time while you guys are here in Don's room. So let's plug all of this together and let's put you guys in a better position to win. All right, so definitely follow her at the bottom. We're going to be hosting more rooms shortly. I want you guys to succeed. But thank you guys for being here, and we'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
As always, we appreciate your presence and pray that we've earned the privilege of your time. Again, if you're looking to find a deal, get that deal funded, get that interest off that deal off so you can get yet another deal, then contact me at kenyatta10k.com, and you can back channel me if you're on this in this room. We appreciate you and have a great Sunday.
All right, 10K is on a call, but definitely tap in with him. Giuseppe, you're back. Don has to run, so if you keep it in within 30 seconds, that'd be great. Giuseppe, you around? All right. So, hey, my name is Jared Albritton. If you're interested in learning about the metaverse, I'm doing a 5-episode season from this Tuesday to May 3rd, 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Check out the link in my Instagram bio or my Twitter bio. I'm bringing in a lot of amazing people from the metaverse. It's going to be amazing. Plus, you're going to be part of a private Discord. We'll be scoring metaverse environments together in our Oculuses, and you'll have access to me, which I think is going to be pretty valuable over the next couple of years. All right, back to you, Don.
All right, folks, listen, we're going to pin the link to the top one more time about our event coming up in May. And we're going to have Dr. Eric Thomas take us out into our outro. And so he'll be the last person that we hear from, and then we're going to go right into our outro music. Thank you very much for being here today. We're going to be right back here tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. And so, and I enjoyed being here and talking to you. It's the fastest 2 hours on Clubhouse. Thank you so much for your questions, for your time. You could have been anywhere else, but I also want to see your face in the place in May in Nashville, Tennessee. Click the link at the top, get your tickets, find out more about it. Let's hear about Dr. Eric Thomas, who's going to take us out today. Eric Thomas, come on.